So we were talking about courtship and what
traditional values.
So
you were saying that you like a guy to pay for you to do the traditional courtship, but I have a question for you. I mean, given some of the things you've told us, you don't strike me as a traditional woman.
Right.
Yet you expect or want traditional courtship from a man.
Right.
How do you reconcile that?
That's where I have like a dichotomy internally, like an internal dialogue where I'm like, I don't know if it's I've grown up with a, more traditional minded family, and that's just kind of been instilled in me, and my dad's a provider, so that's kind of the way that I look at men is, the strong provider character. I haven't looked much insight into that, but you're right. Like, I'm not a traditional.
I mean, I have something to
looking
say.
women, and I'm not a traditional based woman in that regard. But definitely, when it comes to like being courted and courting others, I tend to take the more traditional route.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I say that even though I'm a woman that tends to court men myself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because unfortunately we live in a society. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to do that. But truly, we live in a society where gender roles are established. And when you're going on a first date with somebody, you don't know this person. You don't know them at all, right?
Totally.
That's like the whole point. And so you don't know their perspective on men, women, dating, gender roles. And so it's almost like an initial test because there are unfortunately a lot of men who see how you behave on the first date and who pays almost like a test. And I've talked to a lot of men that have said that if they pay for the date, I mean, some men think it's a red flag, but a lot of men also say that they want to pay for the first date. It like
I've heard
almost
that
like as a
before.
sign of respect for the woman, or like if a woman respects herself, that
She'll let him pay.
He'll pay.
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard that before.
And
I think
I've heard
that's
that. I mean,
interesting.
I would love your take on that, but
I don't pay for the first date.
okay.
I think that
I'll
just
split.
really
I split. I just
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
I think
and
that
also,
just
wait, quickly.
Unless
because,
she's like in college or something.
Oh, sure.
Then
Financially.
Even
I
if you
guess
ask
if there's
her?
like a financial,
That's
even
exactly
if you're the
it,
one
yeah.
to prompt
Yeah,
the date.
if I say, hey, do you want to go grab a drink? Do you want to? Well, I don't do dinner dates, but if I said, hey, do you
Oh,
want
well,
to go
that
grab
makes
a
more
drink?
sense if you don't do dinner dates.
Well,
So
I
don't
drinks are
do-
easier to split
Yeah.
than dinner.
Brian, do you not like to court women? I
Do
mean,
I?
it's a genuine question.
No.
No?
No.
Would you prefer to be courted?
Oh. I just say no courtship. There's no courtship. Just let's
But
hang
I
out.
like that
Get it
even
started?
in,
Just let's
even
just
in
hang
your
out.
answer, I really like that you acknowledge the financial difference as being an aspect because I think that also plays into gender
Totally.
roles.
Yeah.
That like if you're in a position, and I mean maybe that's a power dynamic, right? If you're in a position where you're financially better off than the woman you're seeing, I like that you at least admit that you're like, I'd be happy paying, knowing that like I'm way more well off than the person I'm on a date with.
well, yeah. I mean, that's
That I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm not like if I'm pursuing a woman and she's making $100K a year. I've dated. I mean,
Okay.
I've dated a dentist. I've dated more nurses than I can count. I've dated like 3 attorneys. I've dated a surgeon. I've dated a doctor. I've dated like they're making money.
Sure.
Yes.
They can pay, you know.
Okay.
But if I'm dating someone who's a barista, or if I'm dating a girl who's a college student or a grad student or something, then in those situations, I'm more willing to pay. But there's another component too. If she's for the streets, I'm probably just not interested to begin with. but like my take is that here's the thing. Most women, I would just flat out pay all the time if women were traditional. I would adhere to my traditional
see.
gender roles under those circumstances. But the majority of
Derek
women.
Manx one super chat at $49.99. I don't get it. Are you looking for an actual man or are you looking for clients?
Oh
Are you
my
are you
God.
Derek Mann? Are
That
you
is so
saying
funny.
are you saying that they're pandering?
You know
are
what?
you saying
That's the
that they're
funniest comment
pandering?
I've seen this whole time. Clients, I love that.
So the majority of women, I'd say, are not traditional women. Ergo, I don't feel obliged to
Well,
adhere to my traditional
This
gender
sounds like a
roles.
bigger concern to me. This sounds like you are concerned of being manipulated.
I don't want to be a sucker. Is
Well,
the
that-
thing?
You don't
that's-
want to
that's
be
a recurring
manipulated.
theme.
That
Yeah.
checks out. I mean,
And
that
I-
checks out to me.
And I
Yeah.
would like
That's
to add
fair.
that that comes back to the individualism. That comes back
Agreed.
to it's a case by case basis,
It is,
right?
yeah.
I think where we start to get in trouble in the dating pool is generalizing too much, right? All the women on this panel have been constantly talking about individualism and how everyone has a different experience with every person, but you two specifically keep on saying, well, let's generalize.
Whoa.
And
Well,
the thing is, well, can I finish?
Sure.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
And I understand, I understand
Yeah.
that the generalization is important. I'm not saying that it's not, but I'm saying when you constantly think about the generalization, it's going to hinder you from individually connecting with a person. That's all I wanted to say. And yes.
I don't usually generalize. I always say like women are in different categories. You know what I'm saying? So I have a radar where I can look at a woman and know like I'm not gonna pay for her because she's already expecting it.
Okay.
This kind of woman, she's more traditional, so like fuck it, I'll pay for her.
Uh-huh.
And then the other woman is just like I'm not even gonna go out on a date with them. I'm just
And
gonna
that's perfectly
invite them
fine.
to the crib.
What's the difference between traditional and expecting it? Because isn't traditional values expecting the man to pay
Yeah,
for
that's a
you?
good question.
Like, what do you mean by expecting it? And also, I also wanted to ask you, isn't
Expecting
putting
it?
people in categories generalizing them as well? So it's still like a
No,
generalization.
She just said individualism.
Yeah. But when you place women in a category, you're
They're general
generalizing them to
categories.
that category.
Because I've seen every single type of woman.
But
Like
there's-
I have a very diverse perspective. I'm probably the
Type.
only guy who's literally been with every race and every type of culture.
Well,
Where's the sound
don't
effect for
speak too
that?
fast.
Have
but
you
go
ever
ahead.
been with an asexual
Do
dom?
you have a punch card?
No, I'm not talking about like you guys,
Oh, okay,
you know.
I see.
But yeah, so I've seen everything. So
Seen it
if
all.
Right.
if she's the type of woman who she's hella bougie and shit like that, like I'm not gonna pay for her because she's expecting it. You know what I'm saying? I
Again,
don't like that.
you're afraid to be
I
manipulated?
agree
Be
with what he said,
traditional?
where it's like those type of bougie women, you already know that they're expecting some shit, so I'm not gonna be the sucker.
Yeah.
To do
so
that
it comes
shit.
down to the manipulation factor of like you don't want to be manipulated when you go off.
It's
on
not
the
about
first date.
not wanting to be manipulated. It's just that you can peep shit from like a wide angle and just see like she's not the one to do it with.
Why?
Peep it.
I just told you.
Because you're afraid she'll take advantage of you.
Why are you guys saying like afraid she will take advantage of you?
Okay.
And that's manipulation.
Well, that's what you're trying to avoid, right? That's the whole point. That's what we're saying.
So in my case, how me and Brian were talking about how I have like a more kind of traditional value in that mindset, but like I don't present as a, like
traditional
traditional
person.
Wait, what?
girl.
What's the body count again?
too high for you to count.
Close to mine.
How would you like approach this, like hypothetically? How
Well,
would
that's
you
what I'm
approach the
saying. I have a
situation?
radar, so from the first moment I saw you, like I know like what type of woman you are.
Wait, can we actually, if
God.
you
Oh,
feel
shit.
comfortable, I
What?
would really be interested in if anybody else is comfortable.
Oh my God, yes,
I would
and-
love to be read.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
go for it.
really
Oh my
is.
God.
Go for it.
I
Okay,
analyze
so
it.
I already
on the
knew
spot.
you like could I tell her about the
What?
smoking and shit
Smoking?
outside?
Oh yeah, because
Because we were
Oh
smoking.
yeah, so I
yeah.
pull up and like she's smoking a J outside.
Yeah.
So I'm like already like, okay, yeah, she's probably promiscuous.
Wait,
because
wait,
we
wait.
I'm sorry.
Hold on.
What?
Wait,
That's
wait,
the stupidest assumption I've ever
Smokes
heard.
weed
Okay,
is
I would like to let
Wait.
him finish.
I was trying to calm my nerves,
though.
but okay.
You heard it here. Don't smoke weed or you're a whore.
You're a slut.
Don't you dare.
Okay, we did ask
filthy
him to
horse.
read us. and
No
fair,
more
and
marijuana.
fair, and fair.
Yeah, we are
Hold
being
on,
unfair.
let me play this stupid soundboard thing.
I used to do drugs. I still do, but I used to too.
So, okay, she's a drug
Yeah, to
user,
be
and
fair.
No, but
No,
it's
no,
not.
no.
It's not.
That's a very
No, that's not what
extreme
he said.
thing
No,
to
look, look.
say.
Yeah, we asked him to read us. We asked him to read us.
Whoa,
Read us.
whoa,
guys.
The radar isn't just the drug use. It's just I can look at a woman and within like 3 or 4 seconds know what type of
Was
woman
it the
she is.
armpit hair? Can you show the armpit hair again?
Yeah, that one too. Like off top, I'm already knowing. So the cosplay girls, low key, you just know, you know.
Freaky.
I didn't know it was gonna be like 300 bodies, but I'm gonna be real. It was probably like 100 or something like that.
Wait, can you guys do an ooh really quick separately?
The smartest man
hold
in the
on.
world super chatted $49.99. Famous lady sold alter objective
Wait,
reality.
shh.
You literally cost more than you're worth and you're allowed to vote against, tax, or draft me without any consequence to you. Why do I have to die to protect and fund you?
Pull it up, Eric.
Fund
Oh,
your
you're going to
OnlyFans
war?
career.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
are you a soldier?
Pull it up,
Thank
pull
you
it
for
up,
your
pull it up.
service.
Why do I have to die to
Thank you,
protect?
soldiers.
Do you think
Oh,
since
hide it,
Owen
hide it.
super chatted $50? You
hold
know
on.
what traditional means. Stop capping and gaslighting. You don't get to act like a 304 then want to get treated like a lady. Traditional equals low body count, feminine, non-combative, family-oriented.
Non-combative.
See, and that's
moral,
where I think I
etc.
disagree. I think
Submissive, doesn't argue, lets me tell her what to do. I love that in a woman. I just want to
love being
control her.
small.
God,
think
that's so
quiet
sexy.
like a
comes
mouse.
from like, you know,
I think
tradition.
all of these guys need a hug.
Yeah, you guys
100%.
need some love.
I get plenty of hugs. We
No,
don't need a
not you
hug.
guys.
I'm
These
like,
guys.
No, no,
These
you're good. You're
commenters,
Gucci.
You guys
Dude.
need some love.
These guys in the chat, they're all Chads.
You guys need
Yeah.
some
They're
love.
Chads.
Hey,
Chads.
Chad's cool. Don't worry
Chads.
about
Chad-
Chad.
Okay.
I'm not into
All
chat,
right,
so that's
all
okay.
But in all fairness, we did ask you to read us.
Continue, yeah.
Continue.
I'll just do her. She's the last one. Right?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Am
She
I?
was smoking
Yeah, no,
with me,
yeah,
by
you
the way.
are,
So
you
are
are.
you
I
making
was-
the
I
same
was-
Well, I
assumption?
didn't see her smoke.
Oh, that's so BS.
I just
Get
saw
outta
the tat
here.
on the tricep, and I've dealt with like 20 girls who have tats on their tricep. So I
But you want to know
automatically
what's
know.
hilarious though? This is actually a tribute tat. This is a tribute for my
Well, I don't
grandparents.
know
I
it's
feel-
a tribute.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just looking at the rows and
And just the placement. Like, what if I put it back here because I mean, I work with children, and so some parents don't
Well,
really
within
like
the first
tattoos.
30 seconds, do I know that you
No,
work
but
with
that's
children?
what I'm saying is that you're already in the first 3 to 4 seconds you're putting this label on a person
Because 99% of the time it's right.
99, I would say 85.
Do you find
Well,
it
you
valuable?
just said that you have a 20 body count,
Yeah,
right?
but what did you think I
lowest on
had?
here.
You thought I had what?
I thought it was going to be like
Especially
15,
It-
17.
15
That's
to
so
17.
close to 20.
That's so like
That's 3 away.
That's what I just said. I
Yeah.
can tell by my radar that it's close to 20.
But just because I had a tricep
Rax,
tattoo.
Can
I told you it's the whole aura.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah,
like
what's up?
like an actual genuine question, right? Do you feel like it's hard for you to connect with women that you actually enjoy the company of?
No.
No. Okay. So you feel like the pool of women that you've created for yourself by setting your standards, which is
Yeah.
totally up to you, is good?
I just said yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to ask.
Okay.